good afternoon and welcome to the live music showcase here on WMNF 88.5. My name is Randy Wind. I am here today with one of the most exciting bands in Central Florida. They play bluegrass and I'd say good time music. And why don't you guys do a song about a Main Street diner? How about that? Can you just do that? If I say Main Street diner, you guys can come up with a song?
You guys got anything?
I think
We'll give it our best shot.
Okay, we're going to do that the whole show. You're just going to...
Main Street Diner. Right?
Yeah, do it.
You got it. Hey, it's the Main Street Diner in Auburndale. Jane wears a ponytail. Wait tables every day. Kids to feed, bills to pay. Hey, now, Tina's Kitchen, Pam and Jack. Table number 2. Valley's filling up a glass. Sweet iced tea for you. Order up fried chicken, special here to go. Order up catfish and fries, ready for Uncle Joe. Hey, now it's the Main Street Diner in Auburndale. Baked potatoes and gator tail, cheeseburgers, chips and fries, chocolate cake and cherry pie. And now Debbie's waiting on old man Smith, been coming here for years. Listening to another band just like she had time to hear. Order up pepper steak, table in the back. Order up got baked spaghetti, ready for Pam and Jack. Yeah, now it's the Main Street Diner in Auburndale. Kitchen cookies hot as hell. Mike's mixing up the dish, coleslaw and fresh fried fish. And now Gina's cleaning table 2, Pam and Jack. Debbie's serving old man Smith hot bread and Brunswick stew. Order up chicken gizzards, Val, this one's for you. Order up, I got barbecue ribs at table number 2. Check out, you can lose your change and slip there on the play. I got it right, better lucky, a rabbit foot, put a quarter for the BTA. 2, 3. Order up fried chicken, special here to go. Order up got catfish and fries, ready for Uncle Joe. Just another good day, a good eating, all this food is well. Now y'all come back and see us now at the Main Street Diner in Auburndale. Main Street Diner in Auburndale.
Now, do they pay you a little bit every time you play that song? You get a little royalty action because you're advertising a diner here on commercial-free WMNF?
It seems like they would. I think I get free coffee every now and then, Randy. But when I do go in there, there's a little bit. Did you do that kind of stuff going on? I said, well, anybody mad about it? Nothing. They're a good bunch down there, and that's all real people that work at the Main Street Diner. Yeah.
So the band is Mitch Lind and the Lagerheads. Now, some people out here might know the name Mitch Lind because he's sort of he pretends like he's just a little lonely bluegrass player, but he's like a big-time concert festival promoter. Is that right, Mitch Lind?
It's all rumors. You can't read everything you read on the bathroom walls, Randy.
I think I've seen you at that Sertoma Youth Ranch once or twice.
A couple times.
Okay.
And I was thinking back on when I met you for the first time, 1995.
That was out at that airplane place.
At Fantasy Flight. You and Barbara came out. Yep. That was our first festival with Kermit. And if you'd have told me in 1995 I was still be putting on music festivals now, I'd have said you definitely read that on a bathroom wall somewhere. But it's been a good run, a good ride. Definitely has been. We've met a lot of really cool.
You know,
folks.
it seems longer than that. It seems like longer than 22 years. That was a long time ago, with that Fantasy of Flight stuff.
Yeah, I remember the color of your hair.
I might have had a little more then, too.
It's been fun. We've had a blast with it, and the guys here, we've had a good time playing ever since it started. You know, we've these three guys right here, we've hung together for 35 years or more, and then we picked these two guys up on the interstate on the way here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But we've had a great time with music. Glad to be here at WMNF.
It's always good times when you guys play your sets. I want to let people know that if you want to see this show and not just hear it, you can go to Facebook. LMSWMNF is how you can get the live stream, and we encourage you, if you're enjoying it, to share it on your own page. And we get enough shares. Sometimes we get 10 or 20,000 people watching these things, so it can go crazy. So go on Facebook and do LMS WMNF, and you can see these guys. They're really attractive young men. I really recommend checking it out.
Oh, yeah.
Right here, this is Live Music Showcase. Are you going to do another song?
We're gonna do as many as we can without talking, but talking's fun too.
You have to talk a little on this show.
Talking's
That's part of the rules.
Yeah. How about I'm going to sing a song here about my dad. My dad had an automobile seat cover shop back in Lakeland, and that's where I grew up, watching Dad build seat covers, and that was a lot of fun. Dad worked his butt off out there for 40 years, and wrote a little song for my dad called Eddie's Trim Shop. You know, we're going to let Clint kick that off, maybe?
Yeah, here we go, guys.
It night sometime in the 40s, not long after the war. Eddie worked for the other guy, but he wanted something more. So he found himself a little shop on the main street of our town. He made automobile seat covers, the best on the ground. When I was office, it was a big green desk with a one-bulb chandelier, and a sign that said, "No checks, I got enough from last year." Well, he kept his notes on old envelopes, and his chair was an old bar stool with a piece of chalk behind his ears and scissors for a tool. He made seat covers for 48 soda, rolled and pleated if you please. He sewed headliners for 57 Chevy, and he always had a joke before you leave. That little tin shop is gone now, where Eddie made his way, torn down to the ground to make a room for a big highway. When I saw that rubble on the ground, a tear came to my eye. I was fluttered up by the memory of a day that had gone by. Well, I grew up around that little shop, and I watched my daddy work. So it dripped from his elbows, and he'd grit his teeth and curse. He'd greet the public with a smile for nearly 40 years. But at 5 o'clock he'd drop the door and say, "Boys, let's have a beer." He made seat covers for 62 Impala, diamond plate with a button tuck. He put a custom touch on a 69 Camaro, and the final seat in an old truck. Well, it's hard to think that old shop is gone and old daddy isn't there. I can still smell the Vaseline he kept in his hair. That old shop was a social place. Friends could just drop by to share a joke or have a ice cold coke through the gleam of my daddy's. He put a vinyl top on a 90 Eldorado, stretched it tight and he made it fit. But at 5 o'clock that day when he dropped down the door, called it quits. After 40 years, old Eddie called it quits.
Old Pop's Trim Shop, man, it was a character place. Now, looking back on it, growing up in that place, my gosh. I remember this one old guy named Eddie. He had a teeth impediment, and Eddie would go back behind Daddy's shop and set speedometers back for the used car lots. Which is definitely not the right thing to do.
So, Mitch, should we assume that all the words and lines of these songs are true stories? This is all true Central Florida history, and
Absolutely,
awesome.
so far.
Okay.
Unless we make something up.
Hey, we got a tip jar donation. I just want to acknowledge $100 tip dollar donation to the Live Music Showcase. Cool. And that'll go to our fund drive, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. And it is in loving memory of Paula Stankovich. $100. If you'd like to hit that tip jar, you can pledge early to WMNF's fund drive. The Live Music Showcase always needs your help and support. So go to WMNF.org, hit that tip jar. Now, I'm going to thank our sound crew. It's not easy to mix bluegrass, is it? I know some sound people can mix rock and roll, and then they get these acoustic instruments, and they go, I don't know how to do this. It's too hard. But Mark Perfetti's doing a great job today. Steve Arduengo is our producer. Bob Hoke is the video director, and our camera crew is Bill Brim, Marcy, and Tom Connors. And don't forget, we're on Facebook.com, LMSWMNF. Tonight, the live stream will be sent up to YouTube, where it will live forever on the WMNF YouTube page. So you can check it out there, and it's going to be there forever until you guys are, in the grave. They'll still be playing on YouTube.
Well, it's good to know it's going to be playing. Yes, so don't mess up. Somewhere.
Okay, the band is Mitch, Lind, and the Lagerheads right here on WMNF's Live Music Showcase.
All right, we got a little song here that my Uncle Will and my dad grew up in Dunedin, right on Grant Street, right where the Dunedin Brewery is now, and I've got so many cool pictures of history of fishing from that period of time.
Dunedin then ain't what it is now.
Oh, no way. And so Pop and Uncle Will grew up there, and back when the storm came through in 31. It didn't have a name, but the result from the storm was Hurricane Pass. And they lived right at the beach. And Uncle Will, I remember him telling me he had fish in the yard. And I thought that was pretty cool to hear that about Uncle Will. And a little history on the song, not long after that, it was originally an island that was a hog farm. And it was Caladesi Island, and it was a hog farm. And the hurricane came through and made Hurricane Pass and split it in half. And this realtor came through there, and he bought up half of the island. And his idea was to bring people in there for honeymoons, and that's the rest is history now. And so he made these little thatched huts. You can find a few pictures of it online, of the little thatched huts on Honeymoon Island. And I just thought that was pretty cool. And so after a while, it became what it is now, and it's a vacation spot. And so my Uncle Will, here you go.
I said my Uncle Will grew up on the beach, a little beach city, Dunedin town. Hurricane in 31 nearly took that little town down. Had a wind blew hard, they were fishing in the yard, put a boat on the wall where the wind blows through. Find the cat, save the dog. Oh, hurricane is a coming through.
Well, the very next day the sun came up. Little Will looked through a crack in the wall. The world was tattered, things were scattered. Wasn't that bad though after all. Well, down on the beach the folks were gazing. The water breached where the hogs were grazing. Hog Island split in two. Hurricane Pass is a-comin' through. When in 1935 Willie watched Washburn bought that island there. Little thatched huts were popping up. Honeymoons was a grand affair. Now down on the beach the folks were gazing. Love alive, it was simply amazing. Walked the sand hand in hand. Honeymoon Island is a lover's land. Well, the wind blew hard, they were fishing in the yard. Put a board on the wall where the wind blows through. Find the cat and save the dog. Oh, Honeymoon Island is a-comin' through. Well, that story's true, can't you see? There's a moral there for you and me. Every storm that comes our way, good things come another day. Well, the wind blew hard, they were fishing in the yard. Put a board on the wall where the wind blows through. Find the cat and save the dog. Yeah, now Hurricane Pass had to come on through.
Well, we're getting some good Florida history today. Thank you very much.
I didn't make any of it up.
I know. We're so far. Everything's true. Pretty amazing. All right, Mitch, Linda, and the Lagerheads. Now, do you guys have regular gigs you want to tell people about, or tell us where we can, if people want to see you in person, what do they do?
Honestly, the band, we don't tour around too much at all. We play for folks and play for friends, and play it, of course, at the Riverhawk and the String Break Festival, and sometimes we'll make an appearance at the Thanksgiving Fest. But I've had offers to play around at different spots, but I find that when I'm making an appointment to play somewhere 3 months down the road, and 3 months down the road I might be wanting to be in the Key West fishing, it's a long drive back. So we don't play that much around, but we have been playing together for a long time. And good gosh, I don't know how many years. Let's see, Clint, you came. This is Clint Dockery, my pal Clint, here on the mandolin, and Jason Cornbread Baker over here on the fiddle.
Yes, sir.
And Jason and Clint, these guys are full-time musicians, play with a lot of different bands in a lot of different places.
I like to eat.
Yeah,
always have and always will.
Good to eat. And we call him Cornbread over there, but Cornbread, he works down in Lakeland at a place called Lakeland Live.
That's right. I'll be actually emceeing, kind of doing a little bit of your job come Saturday and Sunday for Mayfair. There they do every year as a fundraiser for the Polk Museum of Art. There on Lake Morton in Lakeland, and that'll be on Saturday and Sunday. And I'll be brought to them by Lakeland Live there. And so, yeah, it's a good little organization. And Saturday night, I'll be playing a little swing show to be kind of a Mother's Day tribute at Lakeland Live there, which is on 202 North Massachusetts in Lakeland. It's a new small venue, holds about 200 people, really great listening room. And you can find out more about that at lkldlive.com. So there's my commercial. All right.
Nice. Well, that sounds good. Anybody else playing bands? You want to talk about things that you're doing around town?
Well, I just want to say after all that big talk big doings there, Jason said, only thing I really got to say is my wife, she calls me the go-getter. I get up and I take her to work and I go get her. All right, that's about all I got to say about that.
My buddy Ronnie back here, he's another full timer on the music scene, and but you know, we're I guess kind of halfway retired here. A couple of us, you know,
Getting on up there a little bit.
yeah. So we don't play around that much, Randy, but when we do, we have a good time at it. You know, whether it's a
Now tell us about the next festival.
well, the next music festival we have is the Riverhawk Fest. It's coming up in November, November 8, 9, 10, 11. Got some pretty good talent, as always, and Elizabeth Cook's going to be there. Paul Seabar is going to be there. Frank Sullivan and Dirty Kitchen. I know a lot of these bands have been around here and been around town and played with you guys. But it's always a good show. You can find all the info you need to find on our website at lindentertainment.com, or just type in the word Riverhawk on the web and you'll find us.
I'll come to see Elizabeth Cook.
Absolutely. Elizabeth Cook, she's a hoot. Yeah, we kind of snatched her out from under Cricket and the Skipper Smokehouse. They were trying to book her about the same time, and I think she liked us better.
I'll look into that.
Inquiring minds. Inquiring minds.
Oh man! So it's been a fun time playing. We don't, as I say, don't really pursue and try to get all the gigs. I mean, if we did, geez. Next thing you know, we'd be world famous. We'd have to buy Sharpies and do all that autographing thing. And God, I mean, think of that. I mean,
Who's got time for
Just
that?
think about all them fans. And
yeah,
stuff.
I mean,
it'd just be so much
It'd
work.
be
Rough, wouldn't it?
you know, we run out of CDs. I mean, I've got CDs, but I don't sell them because if I sold them, I'd be out of them.
That's
so
right.
you know,
Well, we'll talk about those CDs a little bit. But let's hear another tune.
yeah, we got it. Did this little song here a while back. There was a little bit of controversy going around in the state about this medical marijuana thing. I know that I think some of my friends have experienced marijuana. Not sure, but I've smelled it every now and then, and so they've gone down to the doctors and gotten this thing legalized. And
I'll just say that the show after this, Reverend Billy's Rhythm Revival, Reverend Billy, every time he performs, he tells his audience that medical marijuana saved his life.
well,
So put that in perspective when you sing this song.
yeah, and we are definitely pro medical marijuana, and make jokes about it, but it's a good thing that it came around, and it has definitely worked wonders for many of our friends as well. But we made this little fun song. I was riding down the trail on my bicycle and I started thinking about it, and so well, now I went down to the doctor. I said it hurts when I do this. The doctor said, well, don't do that, son. Make money with this. It's a very old new on the market since the people voted it in. Be careful how you use it now. It'll make your head spin. I said, you know, doc, I got one more thing that I can't figure out. What used to be my sex appeal ain't nothing but a water spout. So the doctor said, I got just the thing to bring back your happy home. So he gave me a little bottle of little blue pills and said, don't take these alone. Well, I took my pills and my prescription smoke. I headed out the door. Stopped on my way home at the little quick pack store. Well, I grabbed a rack of ice cold beer to celebrate the day. The doctor said, come see me in a month if you can find a way. I got my beer, I got my pills, I got my medical marijuana. I'm legally high by the letter of the law, and I can get stoned if I wanna. I got my beer, I got my pills, I got my medical marijuana. Well, the pain is gone, I got a happy home, and I can get stoned if I wanna. In a month, and I said, you know, doc,
I feel like a jerk. That medical marijuana's pretty good there, Doc, but you know, I just can't work. The doc said I got just the thing, and he wrote me out a note. He said, take this note to your boss man, son, but first take another toke. The note said, this here man's on medication, he's in pain, he's got a smoker's cough. I recommend a long vacation, he's gonna need a lot of time off. Well, the boss man read that note and said, son, you're out of here. So I stopped on my way home for another 6-pack of beer. I got my beer, got my pills, I got my medical marijuana. I'm legally high by the letter of the law, I can get stoned if I wanna. I got my beer, I got my pills, I got my medical marijuana. When the pain is gone, I got a happy home, and I can get stoned if I wanna. Doc, and I said, you know, Doc, I kind of like that medical smoke. Blue pills are great with a beer or two, Doc, but hell, I'm nearly broke. So he wrote me a letter to make things better, said I needed financial aid. Now a check comes in from the government every month, I get paid. I got my beer, got my pills, I got my medical marijuana. I'm legally high by the letter of the law, I can get stoned if I wanna. I got my beer, I got my pills, got my medical marijuana. When the pain is gone, I got a happy home, and I can get stoned if I wanna.
It's one of your hits, huh?
Yeah, we get asked to play that at not a lot of church socials, but
Okay, we have some people watching on Facebook, and they got some questions. David says, this is some good music. Are these guys performing at this year's Florida Folk Festival?
we have not. I've never been asked to play at the folk festival. Probably would. I think Clint and Cornbread go up to the folk festival quite a bit, and they play up there. But
Yeah.
I haven't heard of an invitation to the Lagerheads yet. But you never know.
Who are y'all playing with, Jason?
Oh, we're playing with the Bullard brothers. The Bullards, they've been involved with that for years and years, and they always they have their
Well, you guys would be a big hit up there. So if somebody from the Florida Folk Festival is listening, listen up and invite them. Hey, Bobby Dusenberry says, didn't recognize Mitch without a hat on. Didn't know he had hair.
It's a wig.
Well, I did. They didn't do makeup right before I got in here, but I couldn't get my hat on and this thing at the same time, so that's just the way it went. Hi, Bobby.
It's a challenge. Amanda says, hey, guys, miss y'all. Sitting here with my new baby girl, and she's being soothed to sleep.
Oh, boy, with medical marijuana.
And
It's good.
And Margie says, hey, Mitch, we're watching.
All right, Margie.
So yeah, a lot of people checking out the Facebook. LMS WMNF is where you can find Facebook.com, the live feed, Facebook Live. It's going crazy all over the world. People are sharing it, and it's exploding. It's going viral. Oh, my God.
I know that's the new trend, to be alive on Facebook, and I like to be alive on Facebook.
It's crazy how it can just explode. So
It is true.
okay, we're having a lot of fun this afternoon with Mitch Lind and the Lagerheads right here on WMNF, and we're finding there are not that many opportunities to see them. So use this opportunity right now, because these guys are musically skilled and lots of fun. F-U-N.
Yes. Let me say, it's not that we don't want to play out and play gigs out there. It's just that we haven't been. That if you want to call the office at 863-984-4000 and leave me a message and just tell us just how much you love us, we probably would come. But one thing that we definitely insist on, Cornbread, is we get barbecue and beer.
That's a joke in the band. Seriously, everywhere we go, there's barbecue, and they'll say, "Well, you just won't believe it. We've been doing something real special for y'all. We've been cooking since yesterday." And I'm like, "Well, let me guess, barbecue."
I wrote this song about my guitar. Oh, my old guitar. I've had a hard time lately with my old guitar. She's just been laying there, she ain't doing much. I've had a hard time taking her into my hands, under my command to feel my touch. I guess she doesn't want me under her spell again, that spell that soothes my soul. That old guitar knows when to rest, till the feeling's there, she really cares, I guess. Well, sometimes she wants to hear an old Eagle song, one you can sing along to and know the words. Sometimes she wants to hear a good old guitar lick, one that really sticks, that you ain't heard. But she doesn't want me under her spell again, that spell that soothes my soul. But tonight, the time, it seems just right for me to bring her here so you can hear her. I hope she doesn't think that I didn't care. I couldn't share her voice with my friends. Without her, I'm a lonely song. With her, you're all listening. Well, I don't know what I'd do if she was gone today. This old guitar was played by some other hand. I hope when I'm gone she'll go 100 years, play 1,000 beers in some great band. And I hope she'll let him under her spell again, that spell that soothes your soul. That old guitar knows when to play,
Mitch Lind with expert accompaniment by the Lagerheads right here on the Live Music Showcase at WMNF. We got another tip jar donation. This one from Carol, $30 in loving memory of Edgar and Willard Lind.
That's my cousin. Shoo. Hey, baby. Miss you. Glad you're listening.
Can I tell the story about Ed in the studio, Mitchell?
If it's a decent one, there's a lot of those that aren't.
Well, no, this one's decent. So Mitch had a great idea, when Ed was still with us and everything, that he always liked that tune, Marie Laveau, and it's on Mitch's first album. It's, I think, a hidden track or something on the Then and Now album, the first one we did with him, and Ed comes in there, and I mean, how old was he then, Mitchell? He had to be what, 80?
Pop was probably that was 7 years ago, and he's 82.
Yeah, I think he's about 82, and he comes in there, and I ain't kidding you. Clint, it was like, the first or second take? He come in there.
He did it on the first take.
The first take, he come right in that booth, and he's sitting there, and he looks right at Mitchell and says, well, Mitchell, I wish you could do that like that. And Mitchell put the whole album together.
Dad would always tell me, son, you don't know how to sing. I know how to sing. We'd have to run him off the stage at the festivals.
He was a
Oh, yeah.
now.
They'd have to grab him. He's heading up on the stage, but he's going to have at it. That's my pop. Dad always had some great cliches. I mean, one of his greatest was men and women were meant to meet, mate, and separate. That marriage thing just doesn't work out all the time. That was Pop. Take a minute here and talk about my buddy, Mr. Alan Waters here. Alan's been good. I pulled out some pictures just recently, Alan. And you looked a lot different back then. Big black beard back in the late 70s when we started playing together. And so this aging gracefully thing's not working out all that well for some of us. No. But anyway, I've always been so proud to have Alan hanging around. Alan is kind of like the Eeyore of the band. Alan, tell Alan, you want
What's that?
to go to the fest? You want to get to the fest and play a little bit? And he goes, what are we going to play? I tell Alan, I said, Alan, you come by the house, to the studio, and we'll practice.
Eeyore.
We'll practice. Alan says, if you want to practice, you practice at home. Oh, man. Yeah, Alan's a good one. I love you, buddy. We've been playing together a
I'm
long
learning
time.
so much on this show.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You will.
Anyway, let me get my head.
Mitch
thing
Lind
back
and the
on
Lagerheads on the Live Music Showcase.
Yeah. We were working about I was down in Key West over the summer, and some of those people down there get a little bit intoxicated, and I was hanging around some of them. We thought maybe we should get an Uber driver,
I bet.
and so in the process of thinking about getting the Uber driver, we got into this silly little thing and started talking about Uber drivers and how important they are and how they've really done a lot for us, as far as keeping folks away from the sheriff's department, the police department. And some of those Uber drivers, they get in there and they sing along with you, and have a good time. And so, I don't know, the horns out on the highway, you kind of hear the Uber driver coming through, That's music to your ears, isn't it, Randy? I can tell it is. That's those horns. And so we wrote this song. In my driveway, and I'll make my living on the highway. I'll pick you up and deliver you wherever it is that you want me to. Well, I ain't no taxi, I'm a Uber groover, singing, driving, people move, jokes and songs, sing along while I drive. Uber driver.
cut me a deal with his automobile. I pay it off, roll behind the wheel. I get a ring-a-ding-ding on my cell phone thing. Tell me where you be, and I'm on my way. I'm a natural oncoming while that store's store to keep food to get you there right on time. Uber driver. Well, Uber driver, driving down a highway. Uber driver, get out of my way. Well, I got a new car in my driveway. I go 7 days a week, hell, even holiday. Yeah, if I blow my horn, better I'm moving to the side. I got this car, boy, here in overdrive. I'm a dreadlock, little rock, nighthawk, beans, oak, corn, ripping from the boondock to get you there right on time. Uber driver. Uber driver, I'm going down a highway. Uber driver, get out of my way. I said Uber driver, heading down a highway. Uber driver, get out of my way. Get out of my way, boy. I'm a Uber driver. Coming through. Gonna pick you up and deliver you. Get in the car, boy.
I feel like I've been in a traffic jam.
Yeah, I feel like it too.
So, what's the story on you guys have 2 albums? Is that right, or more than that?
Got a couple of CDs out. Actually working on another one right now. Over at a good buddy of ours, Steve Bozeman, has a studio over quite near the festival site over in San Antonio area, just outside of Dade City. And if I can stay home long enough, we'll try to get the rest of the songs done. We've got a few out, a few working. Just hadn't been a real progressive, got to get it done sort of a thing, but you know, we'll get there.
So when you go into the studio, it's all original songs?
Yes, it has been so far. I think we only did one song that was not original, and it was
Marie Laveau.
no, that was my dad did that. It was as I walked down the dockside one evening so rare.
yeah.
That one.
Yeah, that is.
But it's, you know what, songwriting is a fun thing for me. I enjoy it. It's crazy the way little things come up to you to put on paper. But what's really cool is these guys. I'll come up with a song and I'll have a basic kind of a rundown on it on what's going on. But when I sit down with the band, the way they make it work is there's no way in heck I could do it without them. They just we'll play a song here right now coming up, and I will tell you that this song, when we went to the studio, it did not sound anything like it came out on the tape. And these two guys right here, Jason Cornbread and Clint, we sat downstairs, and they said, well, how about this, So I said, well, wow, that's pretty cool, So this song actually kind of was reborn at the moment at the studio. So it's a little song called Yard Sale. These songs start running together.
It's Saturday morning and I got my car. I knew that I wouldn't have to go too far. Well, if you need a good deal, don't go far. Better whip that baby in. It's a Saturday morning fix, a sort of addiction. Makes you feel good like an affliction. The more you buy, the better you feel. Ain't nothing like a real good deal. Well, now yard sale, I ain't gotta have it, but what the hell? I just can't pass up a real good sale. I'ma take something home with me. I'ma take something home with me. Well, you stroll through all of that wonderful junk. Yeah, now you're looking for something you can stuff in your trunk. Oh, like milk to a baby or booze to a drum. There's something you got to have. Well, you know, it could be tools, maybe a drill. Purple duck you can put on sale. Pink alligator with bright blue eyes. Ain't nothing like a real good buy. Well, now yard sale, I ain't gotta have it, but what the hell? I just can't pass up a real good sale. I'ma take something home with me. I'ma take something home with me. It's Saturday morning and I move my car. Hell, I put a yard sale sign in my own yard. Well, if you want a good deal, don't go far. Just whip that baby in. You know what I got? I got tools, maybe a drill, a purple duck you can put on sale. A pink alligator with right blue eyes. Ain't nothing like a real good buy. Well, now yard sale, I ain't gotta have it, but what the hell? I just can't pass up a real good sale. I'ma take something home with me. I'ma take something home with me. Said a yard sale, I ain't gotta have it, but what the hell? I just can't pass up a real good sale. I'ma take something home with me. I'ma take something home with me. I'ma take something home with me.
That song also kind of was part of my mom's basic plan on Saturday morning was going to a yard sale. If you stop by her house on Saturday morning, you're getting in the car and you're going, Shemini Christmas. When Mom and Dad passed away, we had one heck of a yard sale. I'll tell you what.
Well, Mitch, let me ask you something, because I'm not a musician, but I've been listening to music for so long that I kind of wonder how we can keep coming up with new songs. And a lot of times I feel like, oh, I heard that before. It sounds familiar. When you're writing a song, I know your lyrics are all very, very personal, but you have melodies and song structures that you're just kind of pulling from elsewhere and putting your lyrics on top? Or do you feel like you're writing a whole new thing? What's your thought on that?
Well, for me, I guess it's like a lot of guys that might write songs. There's two ways that I go about it. I'll come up with an idea, and I'll think, well, that's kind of a crazy thing, a yard sale.
Get closer to the mic.
Yard sale, that's kind of a crazy thing, excuse me. So I'll come up with an idea about a song, and I've got an idea right now about a song that has to do with the word next. It's like when on Sunday, if somebody tells me I'll see you next Friday, I'm thinking, well, that's 5 days from now, but in their mind, that's 14 days from now. And so I'm thinking, and then on Monday, when they say I'll see you on next Friday, I'm thinking 4 days from now, but they're thinking 12 days from now. So that word next gets kind of crazy when you start thinking about it. So it's like, you got to go around one Friday to get to the next one? Is that what they're telling me? So I'm thinking that would be a good songwriting material, Thinking about. But
then when you start to write the song, where does that melody come from? Are you writing a whole new melody, or is there like a catalog of 300-400 bluegrass melodies, and you say, okay, I'm going to use this one this time?
I could not answer a question as to where a melody comes from. I will tell you that these guys really help put the melody to the songs. I'll come up with the words, and I'll come up with a scratch basket of what I'm going to try to do. and they help assist in coming up with it. Like I just said with Yard Sale, that song didn't sound anything like that when we went into the studio, but it came out pretty cool. So I don't know. I actually have dreamed melodies and I've woken up in the middle of the night, and I've kind of put it into a recording on the phone and used a dream for a melody. That's happened several times.
I think we have time for one more song from Mitch Linden, the Loggerheads. It's been a real treat this afternoon.
Thank you guys, and thank all you guys here in the studio that helped.
Thank you.
We got 4 minutes. All right, we're going to do a little song here. This is kind of a message song, and it's also a good killing song. You got to have a good killing song if you're playing bluegrass. So this is a little song that called Bullets and Words, and it kind of came to me from a conversation with my son. And I said, when something comes out of your mouth, it doesn't go back in there. And when something comes out of a gun, it doesn't come out of there either. So it doesn't go back in.
Yeah, now she told me when she left me, I was the only one, but she shifted, Lord, when she kissed me. I felt the presence of someone. She said she had to go and see her mother. She said she had long been feeling low. She took a train ride down to Memphis. Well, I stood and I watched her go. All aboard now, all aboard now, getting on a train to Memphis. Thinking, and I did a little bit of drinking. There came a rage I could not control. A darkened angel had possessed me, where she had taken on my soul. She said she had to go and see her mother. Said she had long been feeling blue. I took a train ride down to Memphis. Well, I just had to know. All aboard now, all aboard now, come on and get on the train to Memphis. Two dark shadows there in the darkness. They don't know that I am in town. Oh, two silver bullets and a flash of fire. Two shadows there laying on the ground. There are two things that will kill you. Those two things, oh, you don't get back. Bullets and words, bullets and words. Bullets and words you don't get back. bullets and words